time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. Along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Western Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Los Angeles Lakers intent on protecting home court. They're getting their first look at the Thunder, their first game of the NBA's regular season. A season ago, it only took them 5 games to advance to the conference finals.
Well, if this is a matchup that feels familiar, it's because it is. And just last season, they were knocked out of the conference semis by this club.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The front line, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins. The backcourt comprised of Russell Westbrook and Thabo Sefolosha. And for the Lakers, Kobe and Metta the wings with the Big Pau Gasol at the 4. Howard is out there with Nash. Kobe with it. Westbrook picks him up. Out to Nash. Got a piece of it. 6 to shoot. Kobe attacking. The shot misses. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Clark, that probably weighs on their minds. A little payback might be in order.
Yeah, I agree. A little payback, definitely. It might seem like a long time ago, but I guarantee you it's fresh in some minds here. Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Double team on Westbrook. Back to Ibaka. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Ibaka's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Thunder.
You know, the Lakers didn't really have the bite on defense they once had last season, Kevin. It showed up in their inability to create turnovers. They were at the bottom of the league in terms of steals.
The Thunder have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started.
Well, the thing that served them best in that game was their fantastic three-point shooting.
And the way they were rotating, moving the ball, getting it from side to side, getting open on the perimeter, boy, it was beautiful to watch.
Yeah, Clark, the Lakers dead last in steals, as you said. Below, a lot of teams that had a lot more trouble playing defense, like the Raptors and Bobcats. I didn't sense the Lakers are jumping into passing lanes. They got to sit back in their defense, and we're trying to pack it in.
Yeah, well, that's playing to your personnel. When you've got 2 7-footers at the rim, you don't want those guys to get in foul trouble. So you really want to funnel players into the lane and to the baseline to have to shoot over the top of those guys. You don't want to be out in the passing lane taking all kinds of risks.
Kobe with the steal. Passes to Nash. 3-pointer. Lays out. That doesn't go either for Nash. Here's Westbrook. And it's sent back by Howard. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
15 seconds.
So let's take a look back to last year and the season Dwight Howard had. First in rebounding, second in field goal percentage, and he was a defensive presence in the paint, ranked number 3 in the league in blocked shots.
And Steve, let's go back to his #1 ranking in rebounding. I mean, the top rebounder, that tells you just how good he was at not only rebounding, but he had to get in position, reading and reacting to miss shots.
World peace. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Back to the jump ball. Lakers trailed by 4.
And head coach Mike Brown, a very defensive-minded guy, worked as an assistant in San Antonio for years under Greg Popovich. Last year, his first with the Lakers, they were much improved defensively.
Looky here. How about that one? That play. Take that play and put it in the alley textbook for future reference.
Good God. Put it on a platter for him. Gosh,
Sure did. And how about the touch on the finish, too? That was really nicely done.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And you talk about the defensive first philosophy for Coach Mike Brown. Steve, it certainly helps to have the size the Lakers do inside to use that kind of system, to use that philosophy.
That's right, Kevin. And remember, they had the same philosophy in San Antonio when Mike Brown was in the system because of the size with Duncan and Robinson. So with the Lakers size now, it's a similar defensive scheme, forcing everything to the baseline, into the help, make players shoot over the top of the Laker bigs. And it's been a blueprint for success for Mike Brown, not only in L.A., but Cleveland, Indiana, and San Antonio as well.
Kobe with the steal. For the
slam by Kobe Bryant.
Down that time.
And what I love about him, Kevin, is the supreme confidence he has on the offensive end of the floor. He just seems to want the big shots with the game on the line.
Very true. What I noticed with him is his ability to jump on teams right out of the break. I mean, he doesn't need a ton of shots to get going. He's locked in by nature.
You know, James Harden last year won the NBA's Sixth Man of the Year award, and you probably could have picked him for Most Improved, too. Just a breakout year for him. Shot the ball extremely well and really fulfilled his promise as the third star talent on this Thunder team.
Kobe attacking. Six on the shot clock. Good. Kobe Bryant.
Another nice move from a player we've basically come to expect nothing less from.
The Thunder leading by 3. And going back to Harden, the number 3 overall pick back in 2009. And it took him a while to really hit his stride. He had to earn his way.
Yep, credit the Thunder for being patient, and give James Harden credit for the hard work he's done to get to this point. He's an efficient scorer, and to me that makes the difference because it gives you big production coming off the bench for him.
World peace, defended by Jones. Stuffs it through.
Yeah, he spent a little extra time on the rim there. It looked like he wanted to do a pull-up.
It looked like checking his landing. I think Clark Mann, pretty big statement too.
Yeah, or so he'd have the refs believe.
6 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Kobe goes in. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And we've reached the end of the first.
I know I used to let Mike smoke. Now I
And welcome back as we get rolling again here on the season tipping off here. What do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
And the key is you look at the steal totals for this team. They have really put good pressure on the offense.
Well, you know what? Pressure can lead to pilfers, and pilfers can lead to points. So we've got the 3 P's: pressure, pilfers, points. Get it done.
So with Nash sitting on the bench, this is the group Mike Brown has right now. We've got Antoine Jamison. Steve Blake is out there with Jody Meeks. Then there's Devin Ebanks, and it's Howard in at the 5. Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Pau Gasol's checked in for Jamison. World peace comes in for Devin Ebanks. Kobe's checked in for Meeks. And it's Nash in for Steve Blake. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, guys, I think it's accurate to call the Dwight Howard situation a saga, and it has, at least for the moment, calmed down. A trade to the Los Angeles Lakers has now thrust them squarely into the championship picture. First, the acquisition of star point guard Steve Nash, and now the best center in the league. The tough Western Conference just got tougher. Kevin?
The story of the offseason, no question. Thank you, Doris. A different look for Oklahoma City. Kendrick Perkins is checked in for Dallas. Jones comes in for Kevin Durant. And Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for Daquan Cook.
Well, you can see it happening. You knew the Thunder were poised for a deep playoff run last year after coming up short to the Mavericks in 2011. They made quick work of them in the first round last year.
I'm sure they'd like to get more shots like that one.
Nash, the pass to World Peace. Back to Nash. On deep. On the wing, Kobe. Defended by Jones. And that one's good.
Soft defense right there. Way too soft.
Looking back on that series, Clark, it was a bit of a statement from the Thunder to go out and sweep the defending champions. Had a couple close games in there. But to do it in Dallas, I thought, with a Game 4 series-clinching win, was pretty impressive. I know, Steve, you thought so as well.
Oh, no question. And then, of course, they followed that up by beating the Lakers and then San Antonio before finally losing to Miami in the finals. So you look at that murderer's row of opponents that they had to face in the playoffs, and to win 3 series, pretty remarkable.
And World Peace kicks it over to Nash. Howard dishes to Kobe. Back to Howard. Harden against Kobe. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Howard. From the high post. Nash with another miss. The Thunder leading by 7.
Well, there's no doubt about Perry Jones's athletic ability. 6'11", strong, quick. I think the question with him is his energy, his motor. Got a very laid-back personality. You have to wonder, does he want to dominate the way great players do? We'll see.
And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
Lakers ball.
Let's take a quick look to last year's numbers for Steve Nash. 2nd in assists, 4th in free throw percentage, and he seemed to have a great touch from inside and out. He was in the top 15 in field goal percentage.
And, you know, going back to his assist, I mean, he was number 2 in the league in assists. One of his greatest attributes as a player is his peripheral vision, and he's willing to make the extra pass. Watch out now. I tell you what, you need to archive that one for the highlight tape.
Oh, yeah, that is a keeper. You're correct.
Man, that was incredible. Yeah, man, those plays will give your team a huge boost.
Howard.
How's that for an encore after the offensive board?
That's the only way he knows how to do it. Monster stuff.
Oh, he makes life miserable down around the paint for anybody who's trying to box him out.
And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Pau Gasol is checked in for Jamison. World Peace comes in for Devin Ebanks. Kobe's checked in for Meeks. And it's Nash in for Steve Blake. Daquan Cook's checked in for the Thunder. The Thunder leading by 5. And Durant, here we go. And that one's good. Kevin Durant. Durant's got 7 points in the game.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
World Peace, the pass to Gasol. Stolen by Collison. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Durant, no good.
That would have been a nice alley-oop there.
Well, you got to love the effort, though. Almost showtime.
Gasol kicks it over to Nash. He passes to Howard. Goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
And that one's good. Durant.
Offensively just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
Kobe dishes to Nash. Back to Kobe. Tipped. And they're on the break. Here's Maynard using his post move to get the 2 points. And it's a 9-point Thunder lead. 7 seconds left in the first half. Kobe passes to Howard. Back to Kobe. Over Durant. Incredible shot to beat the buzzer.
Boy, that is such a huge play. I mean,
so we've reached the end of the first half of play. Thunder lead by 7. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And back to the action again. Everyone excited to be playing for a fresh new year.
Kevin Durant has been getting it done. He has 9 points, and he's chalked up a couple of steals, too.
The defense he's played today has had an effect, Clark, even more than those 2 steals would indicate.
Second half is underway. Here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins, their front court trio. The backcourt comprised of Russell Westbrook and Thabo Sefolosha. 5 on the clock. Here's Kobe. Gasol kicks to Howard. Outside for Kobe. Second chance shot. And the rebound goes to Perkins.
You know, another great season for Kobe Bryant last year. And he actually traveled to Germany in the offseason for a special treatment to his knee and his ankle that he said made a huge difference in his ability to play without pain.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Guys, as you know, this Oklahoma City Thunder team made it all the way to the finals last year. A great achievement for a team so young. And of course, they still have plenty of room to grow. One big area is improving their passing. Last season, they were dead last in the league in assists. A lot of one-on-one basketball making up their offense. Forward Nick Collison said, "What's going to make us an elite team is being able to play together and share the basketball." I think the higher we go in that statistic, the better for us. Being able to get up and out in a playoff series when the defense is really good. You have to be able to move the ball, and that's what we have to focus on. Kevin, they're trying to make a move in that direction.
Of course, we saw that in San Antonio in that series. It almost seemed like they started to incorporate some of the Spurs passing into their offense. Just getting better. Antoine Jameson's checked in for the Lakers.
Well, let's take a look at how Oklahoma City ranked in the league last year. First in block, first in free throw shooting, and they were ranked third in team scoring. This team knows how to score the ball, entertaining at the offensive end.
And the thing that really jumps out at me when you talk about all those stats, Clark, is the blocks. Because number one in the league, obviously really protecting the paint. They had good length, a lot of depth, and the overall team defense, the rotations were really solid because we saw players across their roster blocking shots.
Durant for three, but they recover it. Left side Durant. Right side Durant. Kicks it to Perkins. Back to Durant. There's the triple. The Lakers with the rebound. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played.
And, of course, the Lakers shipped off Lamar Odom before last season started. And just got a late first-round pick from Dallas in return. Not exactly what you would expect in terms of a player of Lamar Odom's caliber. You'd think they could have done better with that deal.
Gets it to go.
You cannot back that far off of a guy. I mean, I don't care who he is. These guys are pros. They all can shoot. D up.
Ibaka with the screen on Nash. And Westbrook, here we go. Ibaka, no luck. The Lakers ended up being fine with how they played, but really, as you said, it seems like they missed out on getting more in return.
Yeah, the whole trade appeared to be sort of a panic move. I mean, they didn't play well early, but ultimately adjusted. I think that trade definitely hurt them early last season.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. So here's Westbrook. 6 points for him. Westbrook double team. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And you think about Serge Ibaka playing for years with the Spanish national team. He's actually from Zaire, but as a Spanish citizen, he's played on that national team in Spain. Teammates with the Gasol brothers. Talk about a scary front court.
And going back to Ibaka, he speaks 4 languages: English, French, Cotillion, and Lingala.
A world citizen in any way you look at it, but Thunder fans are hoping to keep him settled down in Oklahoma City for a long time.
Here's Gasol, and another basket for the Lakers.
Points in the paint have been the main course, the main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
Now they're seeing no resistance defensively in the area, so the defense has got to be tough.
Pass to Perkins. Oklahoma City moving it around. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Good solid defense on the perimeter there, challenging the shot and not fouling.
Even the best shooters can be bothered by his defense.
Howard setting the pick for Nash. Back to Howard. Oh my goodness.
What a huge play. They are closing in here. Their offense heating up.
Well, you want to maintain contact, and after this nice run here, they've made up some ground, and they're right where they want to be.
Cephalosha. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Kobe goes in for the lead, and that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Howard's got his 3rd assist on the night. Westbrook kicks to Durant. Back to Westbrook. From deep. The Thunder with another miss. the end of the third, and we've still got a close one.
Lakers 37, the Thunder 36.
Last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to the Kings.
And that result was no surprise, Clark, because they played very loose with the ball that night.
Yeah, they were carefree. Footloose and fancy-free with the ball doesn't get it done. And how often do we see it, Steve? The team that loses the turnover battle loses the game.
A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So the Lakers 5 right now. In the backcourt, Steve Blake, Kobe Bryant. World Peace is out there with Devin Ebix. And it's Howard in at the center position. Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Saul comes in for Devin Ebix. And it's Nash in for Steve Blake. Here's Kobe. Oh, there it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Nash has got assist number 7 for him tonight. Thunder trailing by 5. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
He dishes it to Westbrook. The trade gets it to go.
Even when they're D'ing him up, I mean, he's a very good shooter from out there.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Kobe with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Nash against Westbrook. Nash kicks to Kobe. He feeds it to Howard. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Dwight Howard.
Well, you knew that Dwight Howard had his days in Orlando numbered. That was clear. You just didn't know where he would end up. But his move to this team definitely was the big story of the offseason.
Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for the Thunder. Baca comes in for Daquan Cook.
Well, getting back to Howard again, I mean, anytime you have a chance to get probably the best center in the league, it's a huge deal, and I think you just go for it. You do whatever it takes to get him. So I think this is a coup. I mean, Howard's had his problems. He had the back issue last year, all the controversy as he tried to get out of Orlando. But in the end, this guy is a monster, the best defensive player in the NBA, and really right in his prime.
Pocket 6. Kobe, he's covered by Westbrook. Good luck. Here's Gasol, and he makes good on the way.
Solid advantage in rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps. And they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
The 3 from Harden gets it to go.
Well, that's a quality look there. The defense a bit late.
2 straight now from long range, putting up points in a hurry, Clark.
And the Lakers call time here.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to his team. We can't let up now. If we stay and make a few plays, we'll be right back in it. His message was clear. Stay the course, Kevin.
And Gasol, here we go. Lifts up. And the dunk by Westbrook.
You let him get to the rim, and that's exactly what's going to happen. You deserve that.
He's more than capable, you're right, Clark, of providing some great highlight reel material.
Yes, sir.
And for a point guard to finish like that, I mean, that is just special.
Back to world peace. Dishes it to Kobe. This one for 3. Good D by Harden. The Thunder with the lead. Durant with it. Gasol covering. And it's Durant, that time on the assist from Cephalosha. And that's 15 points for Kevin Durant. Nash outside. That's good.
Man, they are both lighting it up.
Exciting basketball. It's been back and forth each side, dropping in points every chance they get.
And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And Durant gets double teamed. Westbrook dishes to Durant. Again, Durant missing.
And that's a shot he had to take.
For sure, it was a good decision, just poor execution.
Harden against Kobe. At the world piece. Shot clock at 5. Easy shot. It's in!
Well, I like that he's come up with some big baskets for this team to help him out getting this lead.
Westbrook gets to Durant. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And one thing that Durant has made very clear in his career is that he's going to be a factor in clutch situations. He wants the ball in his hands with the game on the line.
You know, he's got that lean, thin body and looks a little wispy and carefree out there. But underneath that jersey beats the heart and edge of, I think, a killer in terms of putting the ball in the basket.
Nash, the pass to world peace. Pass to Kobe. The jump hook. Buries it.
Kobe has been sensational.
35 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Back to Durant. From deep. Laces one from 3.
He's such a clutch shooter, Kevin. He just lives for the big shot.
And here's Nash. Outside, Kobe. Got it! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
I used to let boys now I see the limit to make sure it's
Yep, a game-changing clutch bucket there.
Let nobody touch that.
And Durant here.
Guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Leaves you speechless, doesn't it, Clark? Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark. That dunk was unbelievable.
Timeout called the Lakers. They're down by 2. 10 seconds left in the fourth.
Go ahead and get up on your feet.
8 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And Kobe, here we go. Over Westbrook. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail biter.
Yeah, it was tight.